Aphrodite is one of the most well-known goddesses in Greek mythology. Her story begins with her birth, which is said to have been a miraculous event. According to legend, Aphrodite was born fully grown and incredibly beautiful, emerging from the sea foam near the island of Cyprus. It all started when the god Cronus castrated his father, Uranus, and threw his genitals into the sea. From the foam and sea foam that rose from the waves, a beautiful and full-grown woman emerged, who was named Aphrodite. She was carried to the shore by the west wind, Zephyr, and landed on the island of Cyprus. Aphrodite was so stunningly beautiful that the flowers around her blossomed and the sea creatures gathered around her. She was then greeted by the Houri, who dressed her in beautiful robes and adorned her with jewelry. The Graces also joined them, and they danced around her while singing sweetly. Aphrodite quickly became known as the goddess of love and beauty, and her influence was felt across the land. She was worshipped by men and women alike, and many offerings were made to her in the hopes of gaining her favor. And then came Hephaestus, the son of Hera, who was deeply in love with Aphrodite. The story of Hephaestus begins with Hera, the queen of the gods, who was married to Zeus, the king of the gods. Hera longed for a child of her own, but she was unable to find a partner to conceive. In her desperation, she turned to her own magic to conceive the child. However, to Hera's horror, the child was born with a deformity. He was lame and had a crooked leg. Hera was so disgusted by her son's deformity that she rejected him, casting him off of Mount Olympus and into the sea. As he fell, he cried out for help, but no one heard him except the Theses, who saw him fall into the water. The Theses, feeling sorry for the child, dove into the sea and rescued him. She took him to a nearby island, where she raised him as her own. She named him Hephaestus and taught him the art of blacksmithing, which she had learned from her own father. Hephaestus was a gifted craftsman, and he quickly learned how to create beautiful and intricate objects with his hands. He spent hours working with the hot flames of the forge, hammering metal into shape and creating beautiful works of art. As he grew older, his fame spread far and wide, and he became known as the greatest blacksmith in all the land. He crafted weapons for the gods, including Zeus's lightning bolts, and he created beautiful jewelry for the goddesses. Despite his success, Hephaestus never forgot the rejection he had suffered at the hands of his mother. He longed for revenge and decided to create a magnificent throne as a gift for Hera. He worked tirelessly on the throne, using his vast skills to create a beautiful and intricate design. When the throne was finished, he sent it to Hera as a gift. However, the throne was not what it seemed. Hephaestus had crafted it to trap Hera when she sat on it, and she was unable to free herself. The gods pleaded with Hephaestus to release Hera, but he refused unless they gave him Aphrodite as his wife. The gods reluctantly agreed, and Hephaestus released Hera from the throne. And also, since her beauty caused great admiration and even conflict among the gods, Zeus decided to marry her off to avoid further discord. Despite not being in love with Hephaestus, Aphrodite agreed to the marriage, and they were blessed by all the gods. But Aphrodite continued to have several sexual adventures with numerous other partners, and their relationship was far from healthy. Hephaestus constantly tried to win her love by gifting her beautifully designed jewelry, but Aphrodite had no interest in him and sought love elsewhere. One of her most passionate affairs was with Ares, the god of war, who shared her love of excitement, danger, and pleasure. Aphrodite and Ares were careful to keep their relationship a secret from Hephaestus, but their desire for each other was too strong to resist. They would often sneak away to a secluded spot where they could be together without fear of being discovered. And during one of their romantic meetups, he asked Electryon to stand guard outside his bedroom door to ensure that no one would interrupt their rendezvous. Electryon took his duty seriously and stood outside the door, keeping a watchful eye on the surroundings to ensure that the lovers were not disturbed. However, time passed quickly, and Electryon became distracted and lost track of time. As fate would have it, the sun god Ares happened to be passing by and noticed Ares's door closed at an unusual hour. Ares, who had the power to see all things and reveal all secrets, became curious and approached the door to investigate. It was at this moment that Electryon, who had fallen asleep on the job, failed to warn Ares and Aphrodite of Ares's approach. As punishment for his failure to keep watch, Electryon was transformed into a rooster, a bird known for its ability to crow at dawn and warn others of impending danger. From that day forward, Electryon served as a constant reminder of the importance of vigilance and the dangers of neglecting one's duties. His crowing at dawn became a crucial part of the daily cycle, signaling the start of each new day and helping to keep the cosmos in order. Ares then flew to the Hephaestus's forge and revealed the affair to him in great detail, describing the time and place where the lovers would meet. Hephaestus was devastated by the news, and he felt a mixture of anger, sadness, and betrayal. He decided to take revenge on the lovers, but he knew that he had to be careful in his approach. So, Hephaestus decided to create a trap to catch Aphrodite and Ares in the act of adultery. He crafted a golden net of incredible strength and beauty, then set a trap in his own bedroom, where he knew the two lovers would eventually find themselves. When Ares and Aphrodite arrived, they were immediately ensnared in the golden net, unable to escape no matter how hard they struggled. To make matters worse, Hephaestus called all the other gods to come and witness their shame, hoping to publicly humiliate them and expose their affair. The gods arrived in great numbers and saw Ares and Aphrodite entangled in the golden net. Some of them mocked and ridiculed the lovers, while others simply looked on in shock and disbelief. Hephaestus was delighted to have caught the two in the act and demanded that they pay a heavy price for their adultery. However, the other gods, including Zeus, recognized that the punishment had been severe enough and convinced Hephaestus to release the two lovers from the net. Despite their embarrassment and shame, Ares and Aphrodite remained together and continued their affair, while Hephaestus was left to stew in his own jealousy and resentment. Aphrodite was said to have had two children with Ares, Eros, the god of love, and Anteros, the god of requited love. She went on to have several children with numerous other lovers of hers, just not with her husband Hephaestus.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to get more content like this.